1.
Bring in your W-2.
2.
Old Ben and Oak Ridge will prepare your taxes for you while you pick out the ride of your dreams.
3.
Use all or part of your expected refund, and Old Ben and Oak Ridge will even double your tax refund so you can drive away today.
Thanks, Captain Approval.
Call 888-WE-FINANCE or online at or.obfmotors.com. Old Ben Franklin Motors, Illinois Avenue, Oak Ridge. Refund on vehicles over 10,000. Restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
You've been listening to Trading Time on AM 1380 WYSH. Tune in Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. for Trading Time, and Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. to...
Good evening. Welcome to the locker room. Glad to have you with us tonight. Weather today a little different.
It's been great at my house all week.
Oh, it's been really nice. Nice warm day. And
it's beautiful.
It'll be warmer tomorrow.
Beautiful. Just beautiful.
High school basketball. Still right in the middle of everything. Lots of action. We got some scores on the girls' side last night. Anderson County defeated Carnes 67-13. Oak Ridge over Halls 59-27, and it was Powell over Clinton 52-32. That's a pretty good rivalry, isn't it? Powell and Clinton?
Yeah.
Campbell County 56, Central 25, Oliver Springs 39, Harriman 24. Midway was over Rockwood 55-21. Sunbright over Cofield 41-28. Northview Academy over Union County 55-40. Oneida over Wartburg 56-48, and Kingston over Fulton 69-55. And on the boys' side, Carnes over Anderson County 68-64. Oak Ridge over Halls 90-34. Powell over Clinton 60-46. Campbell County over Central 56-55. Harriman over Oliver Springs 86-40. Rockwood over Midway 61-47. Cofield over Sunbright 76-58. Wartburg over Oneida 58-57. Fulton over Kingston 69-46. So scores of interest. Also, Makia Dowell scored her 1,500th point for Oak Ridge. It's a lot of points.
It's a bunch.
Congratulations. Headed to Middle Tennessee State University, and Jada Gwynn, a junior, has scored her 1,000th point.
Wow,
so,
that's a bunch.
She may be,
two big scores right there.
She may be in line to be a 1,500 point scorer as well. So congratulations to those young ladies on very nice scoring binge there. And top 10 in high school basketball. First coming out here on the boys' side, East Tennessee is only good. You've talked about it several times. They can do it in football, but not basketball.
Basketball's tougher.
In fact, it looks like Cleveland is the best and closest to us, as Murfreesboro has Blackman, Riverdale, Brentwood's in there, Bearden number one. So we do have
Fulton's in there.
One. Well, I'm talking about on the AAA.
Oh, okay.
And Bearden 19-1. So. They should be right in line here, heading on to the districts. Class AA, Austin East is 2, and Fulton is 9. And in Single A, looks like Oakdale is our lone representative there, and they're at 14. So got some new ones. Van Buren County, Lead Academy, Monterey's in there, and then Knox Webb and Grace Christian are in the Division II. So Oak Ridge on the boys' side, they coming in at number 9 in AAA. Again, lots of Middle Tennessee schools in there as well. AA, Cumberland County. Girls are number 3. Meigs County girls number 7. Northview Academy 21. Clark Range and Tellico Plains on single A. So we'll be watching those closely as we continue the march to the district championships.
Yep.
Just around the corner.
Just around the corner, buddy.
So
I'm surprised you're here tonight.
why would you be surprised that I was here?
Well, I'm surprised you're here, and I don't know if that caller right there is Triple D. If it is, I don't think we ought to take it. Because he'll want to blame it on somebody besides himself.
Blame what on?
The ball game. You know, me and Coach Gaddis picked Alabama. We were right. You and Triple D's on Georgia. You and Triple D need to hang out tonight. I ain't hanging out with y'all.
So, I mean, really,
I got caught. Listen, I'd lost a lot of money today if I'd have took all the bets.
it's hard to really say though that I mean, a pretty good ball game.
Pretty good don't get you nothing, though.
Okay.
But now listen,
I bet you
would have
weren't thinking that first
I would have
half.
lost a lot of money. That's why you play the whole game.
It is.
You play it to the end. You got to play all of it. You play it to the end. That's why you play it that way. But I got a lot of calls today. I'd have lost a lot of money because a lot of people was wanting to bet today, and I probably would have bet you wouldn't have been here to take the heat.
Oh,
You being a newly Georgia fan
I could take the heat.
and everything. So,
take
I
the
mean, you know, man, let's go back a bit. We've been talking a little high school stuff, Eric. You ran through it so quick nobody got a chance to say anything. What about Catholic? A school that you was at just a couple of weeks ago
I'm going to talk about it.
when there was a big signing that went on. Now they're begging to get in Division II. They're begging to get in there. Wonder why.
I don't think
Wonder why they're begging to get
I
in
don't
Division
think they
II.
have to beg.
They're begging.
No, I don't
but
think
wonder
they
why
have to
they're
beg.
begging. Wonder why. But I'm just asking you a question. Wonder why they're begging.
My guess is they probably TSSAA's probably got some information where maybe some scholarships were given or something, and they've given them an opportunity.
If that's
to
the
move.
case, I'd not be given an opportunity. They ought to do what they need to do. Put sanctions on them. Whatever needs to be done. Suspend them for a while.
Well, I think if you
Not
said,
allow them to play in the not allow them playing in the tournament.
I
Not allow them
think,
to be in the state championship. Let's don't play. If you,
I think
you get
if
caught
you
cheating, you got to pay the
well, I didn't
fines.
say they were cheating.
Well, if they're giving scholarships,
Well,
they're
I didn't
cheating.
say they were cheating.
But
There's
if-
a lot of different ways.
But
to
if they're
do
giving
that.
scholarships, it's illegal to do in Division I.
And all I'm saying is I think it's probably become the conclusion was it's best if you go to Division II.
No, the conclusion is they know they're not going to be able to compete no more.
No, I don't
on
think
the
that's it.
Division
No,
I
I don't
side.
think that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't
That's
think
part
that's
of
it.
it. And then the other stuff's
I don't
probably
think
caught up
that's
with
it.
it. They'll just hammer them, kick them out for a while. Kick them out.
Well, they haven't done it to anybody else.
They just give but this is the first time everybody's got a chance to get D1. To get D1 or D2. Catholic wanted to play in D1, and they've got caught, I guess. Or they're not doing it. They can't be doing it because just months ago they said they didn't want to play in D2 because of the travel. Now what's changed now? It's not about the. Is it?
Well,
not
I
about the
can't. I mean,
travel
I
anymore?
can't. I can't
Well,
speak.
you've got an
I can't
inside
speak.
scoop
No,
over
I
there.
don't have any inside scoop
Well,
on
you
any of
do
that
too.
stuff, and I don't know. I can't answer that. What I can answer is the fact that I think probably they're tired of listening to all the jargon, and I think it comes back to
Tired of listening.
and I think it comes back to what you said several months ago, is that let's just go ahead and make the final separation. Let's put them all. If you're private, you're private. If you're public, you're public.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it's eventually coming to. Now, one of the things that's going to be hard on any of and Webb, I guess, is a pretty good example. It's not bad in football because you're playing on Friday night, but basketball can end up being,
Webb does it all the time.
I'm saying, and Webb probably doesn't have to travel as much as Catholic's going to have to, because there are lots of small schools in Division II. There are not many large schools around.
I think Webb does a couple trips a year down to either Memphis or Nashville one.
And that's in
plays
football.
No, in basketball.
Well, but I'm saying, and in basketball, Catholic could make more than a couple. So I mean, we'll see. But I
think Webb does that too.
But I
it's
think
just
you're
funny.
right. I think
It's just funny. It's just funny how all at once this has came up, and They're asking. I hope they make them play back where they're at next year for the 2-year contract. I don't think they'll let them do it. I think they'll make them stay for another year because you're just in the first year of that 2-year deal.
Well, it's going to put a lot of schools in jeopardy trying to find games. You can't do it.
It's going to make a bunch of schools only going to have 9 games.
You can't do it
if you allow them to go over.
Now, what they might be able to do is they could say, okay, we're going to leave your schedule as it is next year, and you can go in the playoffs and play in Division II playoffs. You're not going to have the ability to play in the public playoffs because it wouldn't affect anything. All it would do is instead of the top 4 teams, if they were one of them, you'd have the top 5 teams. Well, and they could do that.
Something's changed just like that, and I'd like to know what just like that is.
Well, I don't know that we'll ever know.
It's too bad.
We'll never know.
Oh, no. We'll know.
Will we know?
Yeah, oh yeah,
Okay.
We'll know.
It'll be hearsay.
It'll
be hearsay.
No, we'll have somebody.
It'll be hearsay.
If I didn't have time to do it today, if I'd had time to do it today, I would have called and could have maybe got a little information today, but I will make that phone call for next week.
Okay, very good.
So we'll find out.
You're on the air?
I don't know what that is. We can't hear that. I can't. That's too much feedback. Whew. Who was that?
Wow.
We can't hear.
So
that's
one topic off the agenda is the.
But you're right. It was a really good ball game the other night. Two equal teams. Be honest.
I think the biggest take that I came away with from that football game was the number of freshmen that played huge roles. And let me say this. We talked about this about 2 weeks ago, if you'll remember. And I said, don't be surprised next year if the backup quarterback doesn't start. I had no inkling that he would be playing in this game because most coaches in major college football would have never pulled the plug at halftime like Saban did.
Most coaches are not Nick Saban.
Well, I'm
most
just saying.
Coaches don't have 6 national championships now.
Well,
that's most coaches.
Well, and he has this one simply because he had the intestinal fortitude to make the change.
That's the man. Listen, Alabama.
And knowing that when he made that change, and knowing that if that quarterback pulled that game out, his former number 1 quarterback, that's what, 25-2?
Yeah, 25-2
is gone.
Maybe.
Well, maybe.
He might hang around.
For what?
He might.
For what?
Maybe because he was supposed to play at Alabama.
Well, my guess is he called Lane Kiffin after that ball game and said, Coach, do you still want me?
Maybe they decided. Maybe they're going to alternate 2 quarterbacks.
No. My guess is he called.
You don't know that.
You're exactly
not an
right.
Alabama fan.
But my guess is he called Lane Kiffin after that ball game.
That's what you're hoping.
And you heard it first right here.
That's what you're hoping.
He'll be going to Lane Kiffin.
That's what you're hoping that they do.
I'm just saying.
Because you know Georgia is in serious trouble. Now let's just go to show you how much of idiots some Georgia fans are. You're just talking about idiots. You've just played for a national championship.
Okay.
And their own Kirby Smart wanting him fired for losing the game.
Who is?
Georgia fans.
Oh, see, that's just you.
No.
I
listened to it. No, sir. I listened to it Tuesday. I listened to it Tuesday on the Feinbaum show. People calling in how he got soft, how he played not to lose. Yeah, Georgia fans. Yeah. Well, it's crazy.
It is crazy.
That just goes to show you you're playing in the national championship game.
Well, the same thing would have happened if Alabama had lost.
They wouldn't have been asking for Saban to be fired.
You don't think so?
No.
The crazies would.
Here's what. No, I don't think the crazies would have neither. Here's why. Even if you don't listen, so you don't get to hear a lot of it. Apparently,
that Feinbaum stuff, that's crazy.
Because you don't choose to listen to it.
That's goofy.
Well, I choose to listen to some of their fans down there, and I can tell you this: throughout the year, the call has been for this kid to play. They want this kid to play
at Alabama.
Right. So Saban knows that.
That's right.
And he's heard that noise.
And he knows what the guy was.
Win, lose, or draw. Win, lose, or draw the other night. He won either way. He was going to win either way.
No.
Yeah.
You don't get a ring for appeasing the fans.
You don't, but I know you don't. But
Okay.
he was going to win either way because the fans, the biggest majority of the fans would have been happy with that move,
No,
and
they
they
wouldn't
would have
have
thought
been happy.
they would have thought he'd done the right thing.
They wouldn't have.
The
no.
wrong thing to have done would have to have been left Jalen Hurst in there and not played this kid. But he did.
But
so
either
that's the
way,
main thing.
but he didn't have any choices. But I like his approach.
I bet there's a long.
I don't know why more and more coaches, how many Saturdays do you see a coach going down the wire with a kid that's off that day, which it's going to happen, but they won't make a change.
I bet there's a long drive home for you Monday night, wasn't it?
I was right there. I had to drive from the courthouse to home, and it was
He's in Georgia.
No, I was at the courthouse in Monday night, but we had a meeting Monday night. Mm-hmm. So, but it was a great game. I think Tennessee
Roll Tide.
Tennessee recruiting wise probably picked up as much steam as anyone with Jeremy Pruitt on the sidelines for Alabama. That was you couldn't have spent money any better than what they spent getting publicity for Jeremy Pruitt. I liked what he said today in his press conference. I think he's just down to earth. It's going to be and either way, Monday night, Tennessee had a national championship coach on their staff next year. Either way, didn't matter who won. So that's pretty strong. You're on the air.
You can't hear it.
Still can't hear. I don't know what's wrong with our phone system. But let's take a break. We'll see if we can get the phone straightened out. We'll be right back.
Rockwood is your gift destination. Shop the new Plush selection for that special someone. We have Bath & Body Works popular fragrances and custom gift baskets too. Live and Let Live has a wide selection of gift and home decor for any occasion, from yard flags to selected jewelry, plus much more. We have Big Orange giftware always available year-round. And don't forget to enjoy a soda fountain treat while you shop. Live and Let Live Drugstore, Gift Shop, and Soda Fountain in downtown Rockwood.
In today's world, you don't stay in business long without providing exceptional customer service. The Duff family has been providing exceptional customer service for over 44 years. Our customers rate us highly, as shown by the fact we're the only dealer in Tennessee to have earned the Subaru Stellar Care Award for customer satisfaction 6 years in a row. Check our online reviews or ask your friends. They'll tell you to come to Earl Duff Subaru, where buying is a pleasure.
Lease the 2018 Outback for just $239 per month at Earl Duff Subaru in Harriman.
All right, crew, let's get started. All right. Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Mulch & More in Midtown is your landscaping headquarters. Mulch & More offers mulch, the best topsoil in the area. All types of gravel, sand, pea gravel, either loose or in bags, creek rock, river rock, field stone, mountain mist stone, railroad cross ties, straw bales, fence posts, farm gates, and much more. Mulch & More offers backhoe and dump truck service. And Mulch & More can also demolish a house or building on your property, and they'll haul it off for you. Give Gary a call today at 865-740-5229 for Mulch & More in Midtown.
Roan Metals Group has been serving East Tennessee for decades. Locally owned and operated with convenient hours of operation. Roan Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing's too big or too small. Still have that clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Roan Metals Group are specialists in industrial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Roan Metals urges you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. A member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Roan Metals Group. Turn that scrap into cash.
Reno Sporting Goods, your first choice for sports equipment. On the court, on the field, or in the stands, Reno's has the brand names you want. All the latest from Adidas, Under Armour, and more. From custom embroidery to screen printing, it's all about the game. For over 30 years, Reno Sporting Goods.
And welcome back to the locker room. Had
Trying
some
to sort the phone issues
difficulties.
out, folks.
As we try to do that, what was your defining moment in that football game?
I think the 3 points that Alabama got made it, 20-3? I think those 3 points were key. I don't think if Alabama don't get those 3 points at that time, I think that Georgia wins that ball game and probably wins it 20-0.
I think you guys have an Anderson County coach on.
I think that was the defining moment of that ball game the other night.
Okay.
Well, and then also you couldn't say that. You'd have to say him making the quarterback change. I think you have to say it too.
You're on the air. Hello?
Hello? Awesome. You guys are killing me. How's it going?
Fine. How you doing, Coach? We apologize for this phone.
Oh, no apologize. I understand it's that those wires get crossed, sir. Yes, sir. So how y'all doing tonight?
We're doing great. Hope you are.
I've got the volume turned down on all my devices, so I know it ain't that.
Okay.
But I can't hear you if I don't turn it up.
Okay.
So can you still hear me, sir?
I can hear you fine. Yes, sir.
It's all good?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes, and I was wanting to talk to that gentleman on the right.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Mr. Alabama.
I'm listening.
I agree with you. I don't know how anybody thought that Alabama wouldn't win. Because the way I've been taught coaching, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
But don't you have to give Saban a lot of credit for making a quarterback change with a kid that's 25-2?
Yes, sir. I would say that's a very amazing coaching decision.
I mean, and
under a lot of pressure.
Sure. I mean, here's the biggest game, of the year, and I think not only did the young man come in and do what he was supposed to do. I mean, he did it in a very mature way. I mean, even his conversation after the game was very mature.
Yes, sir, I agree. But, as you know, and as we all kind of know, as we get a little older in this world, we have that wisdom that the Spirit gives us, and evidently the football Spirit must have gave him a hunch or a notch or something. But, just knowing Alabama and what I know about them, it's just they were going to be hard to beat by anybody in this nation.
Oh, I think
I'm a Ohio State fan. That's all I can say about that.
I think you're exactly right. To me, when Georgia kicked 2 field goals in the first quarter, you had to say, wait a minute here. Alabama only had a few yards total offense, but they were only down 6-0. And in the back of your mind, you had to know that Georgia's defense wasn't going to keep them out of the end zone, and so I thought right off the bat the 2 field goals for Georgia were key, and I thought the key in the game was when Georgia had Alabama 3rd down and 12 and had 3 shots at this young man in the backfield, and he reverses the field and picks up a 1st down and then throws a touchdown pass after that.
I agree. It's an omen. It's kind of like it sounds like it was meant to be from a coaching standpoint, but I really think that you know, the coach himself had to dig deep, and he had something that made him go that way. Whatever really made him change his decision, whether it was his own gut or some inside information he got in his ear, it was amazing. I agree.
You know, and another thing, David, that I saw that was different. In the last couple of years, you would see Saban getting after Lane Kiffin on play calling.
Yeah.
You didn't see that the other night. I mean, it was like this game is in your hands, Mr. Offensive Coordinator.
He had somebody he trusted a little bit,
Well,
I think.
but I'm saying
somebody coming from Belichick, from New England, coming here. Somebody and him and Belichick. Yeah, it was pretty evident.
I thought that.
You didn't see him get in Jeremy Pruitt too much either the other night.
No.
They coached, and I don't think there should be any more conversation. Nick Saban has to be the greatest. He has to go down as one of the greatest football coaches in this era and this time,
especially
right here.
College.
In college, yes, he does. He sure
but
does.
I really.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I believe he is a great coach, but you know, we're only as good as our players. As a coach myself, and you know, we still have to use the wisdom that we've been given and the knowledge we know. But you know, the young men on the field have to perform that, and so I kind of want to think that a quarterback was saying, "Hey, coach, give me one more shot."
Yeah, well, you're right. You gotta your players win the ball games, not the coach, but the coach.
But you know,
the coach calls the plays, and you got to execute the plays.
There's two teams playing for a national championship, middle of the fourth quarter, and they both have freshman quarterbacks and freshman running backs into the ball game at the same time. That's pretty incredible.
And see, most schools, why are you not able to do that at most schools? Because most schools don't have the 5-star athletes like Alabama's got. That's why they're so deep. That's why they play them, because they're so good. And it's
well, but I'm saying both teams.
I understand
and
what
you're saying. They also had freshman receivers in the game.
Freshman receivers, freshman people on the offensive line. Freshmen played a key role in the ball game Friday night. And in the years past, I say in the years past, maybe in the last 5 or 10 years, that would have never, back in the day, that would have never took place. A freshman starting, or let alone he coming in and playing, because most of them got redshirted back.
They did, but I think that also is a place, and we've talked about it many times here. That's another place where Saban has matured as a coach. He would have never played a freshman.
No, he never would have. So he's
relying on these
good
freshmen.
Coach. I like something that Jeremy Pruitt said today about. They asked him about his type of players he wanted. He said like at linebacker, he wanted a linebacker that could play all 4 of them. So it didn't matter. He said that's what really saved them this year, because they had some guys that were outside linebackers. They had to move to inside to play different positions. So you find that 4-star linebacker guy that plays at all those positions, and that's what helps out. I think that's what it is. Go ahead, Carl. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, that's all right. I'm just saying, I think that, you know, Nick definitely seen something in that young man way before we did to make a decision like that.
Well, I think he's seen that against, you know, what little mop-up duty he did against Tennessee.
So I just
and all the
for you know, taking the nerve to do that on such a big moment in his life. But I know they might call the plays, but the kids have got to believe that they can do it, and the coach has got to believe that as a coach.
That's true.
True.
Okay.
Thanks. They can execute.
Thank you, caller. Appreciate it.
Well, you know, I think they already knew. I think they already knew what they had.
Oh, the spring game.
They already knew.
The spring game.
And like I'm telling you, and your reply back is, well, the fan, you don't get nothing for the fans. The fans already knew it too, and they had been calling all year long. And even though he stayed fairly loyal to the guy that got him there, but I think they knew. I think because he said they'd already talked about it. They talked about it the week before, if they had to have it. To give Hurst a chance to go in and do it, see how it was going to roll. It wouldn't roll, so they didn't have nothing to lose. They didn't have any. Well, that's really easy for me to say. They didn't have nothing to lose. I don't think they had anything to lose the other night. They had everything to gain.
Well,
if a kid comes in and he's the real deal like they think, and they're pretty good at it, I think. They know what. I don't know if they know they're going to win.
I mean,
I think they think we're going to make this respectable.
I just remember the spring game, and he makes. I mean, he makes all kinds of throws. He's probably a little more athletic even running the football than Hurts is, but he's the real deal. And on that third down play, I mean, they had three legitimate cracks at him.
Missed him.
And he gets the first down.
And not only does he reverse the field.
And then they punt. If he doesn't get that first down, they punt.
Not only does he reverse the field when he is going for it, gets that first down, he runs over a defensive back and puts him on his can. So, yes, there's a couple throws he made, though. He's lucky, too.
Well, he is, but that's
part of the
young.
game.
That's youth.
He made a couple throws that were caught by. It looked like it was going to one receiver, but somebody else caught it. They were tight. Yeah. They were tight throws. But he also looked like a freshman too. When he throwed a pass that was intercepted, that was and I listened to Saban talk about this. There was never no intention for him to throw the ball. It was a run play all the time. But he missed the signal. And he said he missed the signal that we've had since we started this year. There's
a lot of pressure in that situation.
Well, if you listen to the young man, you didn't think there was much pressure.
I think it's the second rated national championship game, which tells you that it didn't matter what part of the country you lived in. You heard, well, nobody will be interested in this game because it's SEC. They were interested. 28 million people.
Well, I heard a lot of people call the other day and talk about the halftime show. Well, the halftime show wasn't for people like me and you. ESPN's pretty smart when you think about it. The halftime show.
They weren't very smart on that.
Listen to the reasoning here, my man, and then you'll say the halftime. People like me and you are going to watch that ball game. Okay, they're after the younger audience to get in there and watch it too. So that's what the halftime show was for, the younger crowd, hoping they will stick around and watch that ball game, and that's exactly what happened. They played to the crowd. They didn't play to us.
So you're saying the ratings was because of the halftime show?
No.
Well, they said the highest audience was midway through the third quarter.
So the kids, you're
saying halftime show saved them?
But that's what I'm not saying that. I'm repeating what's being said.
I understand.
They played to the younger audience.
Okay.
Because you didn't care nothing. As a matter of fact, I turned it during the halftime show.
I did not watch the halftime show.
I turned it over and watched the part with Feinbaum and that group he had on Chiswick and whoever. I can't remember what he had, but I put it there.
I had no interest in the halftime show. You're right.
So they were playing to, if you noticed the way ESPN done this thing the other night, they played to a little bit of everybody. You didn't have to watch the game. You could watch the game and listen to people talk about it. Or you could go to these experts and listen to them or you could go to people that are on the NFL part that even had a part in it, where they had about 8 people sitting around and they're all talking. So they tried to play to everything, but that's the reasoning that they said they had that guy on there at halftime, was to draw the younger audience in, and hopefully they could keep them in the viewership.
My guess is
it worked. It might have worked. I don't know that.
My guess is that people that tuned in to watch the halftime show didn't give a hoot about football, because that guy was.
They might not have, but now.
But he's in the right profession, because he didn't have to even know what he was talking about. He was making it up as he went.
Well, he might have, but just think though, viewership was up. So if I had a bad halftime show, I might be saying the same thing to make it look like that's what it's supposed to be. But we don't know that. I don't know that. I just heard that.
My point is the Big
talk.
10, the Big 12, the Pac-10, everybody that tuned in and watched a little bit of that game stayed for a while.
You wanted to watch that game Monday night for a couple reasons. Maybe 3, but a couple for sure. Could Nick Saban win number 6? Okay?
Answer was yes.
Yes, and he did. Could Kirby Smart be the coach that breaks through, that actually beats him, and Georgia wins the national championship? And a lot of people.
That question was yes.
And then a lot of people would have said they just wanted to watch Georgia beat Alabama because they don't like Alabama. So you maybe had 2 or 3 reasons. I wanted to watch that game because I really thought it was going to be a good football game. I was shocked that it was the score that it was. I thought we might be looking at a 17-14 game, 14-10 game, something. I thought it'd be low scoring just because two good defenses.
Two good defenses.
It was a very boring football game in the first half. Very boring.
Well, I don't think it was boring.
Well, it was one-sided.
Well, I don't think it was boring, though, even at that. I mean, I think you saw still some great plays.
Well, you did, but it was boring. It was just a boring football game. You didn't have a lot of action.
Because when Georgia got down and they held them to field goals, that's pretty
well,
impressive.
You don't win big games.
No,
but
I'm saying though, but that kept it interesting. I think one thing that I took away from that game, there's no question that those two teams represent what you have to do to be a big-time football program. And just like he's talking about, you don't recruit position players necessarily. You recruit the athletes, and then you start to put them where you need them, and then you start. It's like a good company. A good company is going to cross-train employees so that if Susie and Mary Jane leave you,
well,
you're not out of luck.
Who's more valuable to you? Somebody that can do 4 or 5 jobs, or somebody that's just one? And I think that's what Alabama's.
Well, I think that's
what it is.
And most of these programs are now. The problem that Tennessee's going to face now, schedule-wise, is just like next year.
Well, they've got a tough schedule.
And my point is, next year, if you look at all of the SEC schools, Tennessee is the only one that has to play Alabama and Auburn both. That's pretty tough. Now, you're already playing Georgia. You're already playing South Carolina. You're already playing Florida. And now you got to play Alabama and Auburn and West Virginia.
Well, that's what I say. Let's throw West Virginia because they're going to be ranked real high.
But I'm just
next
talking
year.
about in the conference. That's why at some point you may have to, as much as it's a big rivalry, but as long as Alabama is in this mode they're in now, you may have to reconsider that. That's not fair to it.
No, you don't want to take Alabama out of the fold.
Well, you're probably not going to win the East a lot of times with them on there.
You just play Alabama and keep on trucking.
Because that game determines.
Take care of Florida and South Carolina and those people. Missouri, and that's another. We'll talk about that program too here in just a minute. But take care of the people you need to take care of.
And you still could have 2 losses.
They
next
can't.
year.
Well, they'd be all right too, because they'll be it. I'm gonna bet it's not Georgia next year. That's at the top
of the East.
The East. I just don't think
Who's
it'd
it
be Georgia.
be?
I don't know. I don't think it'll be Georgia.
Oh, I think.
No, I just don't. I got the right to have that opinion.
You do, but I'm just saying.
I don't think it's going to be Georgia.
I don't know why you would think that.
I want to see. I want to see what they reload with. I want to see. I want to see who
it's there. It's already there.
I want to see it. I want to see all the people they got to replace defensively and offensively.
Okay.
And if you'd have been a smart Tennessee fan this year, going into this year, these people that thought Tennessee was going to be better than they were the year before and have another shot at the East, they were crazy. We lost too much. We lost too much offensively.
But the East was there for your taking.
It was a year ago.
It wasn't this year.
It was not
Sure
this
it
year.
was.
No, it was not. We didn't have a quarterback. But
I'm saying, you said people were crazy for thinking that.
They
weren't crazy for thinking
they weren't
it.
thinking
They
crazy.
just didn't get it done on the field.
Because all I heard was this: we've got a quarterback that doesn't fit Butch Jones's system. He's a pro-type quarterback. He's a drop-back passer. That's going to be the guy that starts. That's going to be the guy.
Who recruited him?
They did.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. But they didn't change anything mindset-wise to play to his strengths any.
Okay.
Then, once again, you have this injury bug. But as we're finding out, the injury bug happens to everybody.
Everybody.
Alabama went through it big time this year. But guess what? Alabama, instead of being 2 deep, they're 5 deep.
Okay, let's just expound upon what you just said.
Go for it.
Okay. We've got McKenzie leaving for the NFL draft.
Stupid
How can he live for the draft when he can't even play in the SEC?
It's crazy. Because I tell you why I think he's leaving. They're going to coach him. And they're going to make him. They're going to make him do something. He was just a recruit.
So the
cause of the name, man.
Well, and part of the problem is, and you touched on it. Part of the problem is, we have not coached up the players that have come in. He's a 5-star recruit, and he's no better. He was no better this year. Well, he might have been. I mean, we really wasn't any good any year.
All three of the guys that have left so far, or that have said they're leaving. If I'd have been all three of them, if I would have been the two on the defensive side of the football, I'd want to stay one more year.
Oh, look what you're going to learn.
That's what I'm saying. I'd want to play for Jeremy Pruitt.
Look what you're going to learn.
I understand that there's a chance that you get injured. That's part of life anyway. If you're going to get injured, you're going to get injured. It's going to happen.
That's right.
I would have stayed. Now, John Kelly, I still probably would have stayed for him because I don't think he's an NFL running back.
Well, he may not be. But and the other thing about staying to play for Pruitt is, if you're a linebacker, look what you got. You got the linebacker coach coming from Georgia. That's going to help you get there. You got a new defensive line coach coming in. That's going to be able to get you there. I just think the problem is the fact that when they've come in, the UT staff has not coached up any, and we've got about the same quality that we had when they came in as freshmen.
I think something we knew about Butch Jones was he can recruit. Okay.
Well,
but he's never. Yeah, he can get that, but he can't coach them up.
Well, but if he's not recruiting to his strength, is that good recruiting?
Well, I don't know. No, it's not. I don't think it is. I'll say no.
Okay.
I'll say no, but you also have the option. He could have changed his offense if that's what he. But he didn't because they said he was so stubborn and he wouldn't do it. But I just be honest. I don't think they can coach.
I mean, my point
is, it all falls back to him. But if you heard anything the other night talking about Jeremy Pruitt, was all the players said, they had really good things to say about him, and plus they said, we're going to be interested in what Tennessee does now. We're going to follow Tennessee because I think they think good things is coming.
I think the bulk of responsibility for the next 3 to 4 years lies with the Tennessee fans. I don't think that you can expect Jeremy Pruitt to come in here next year and win 7 or 8 ball games. I don't think maybe the next year he can get maybe to 9 games, but he's got to reload. He's got to reload to take on the likes of Georgia, the likes of Florida with Mullen coming in, the likes of Muschamp at South Carolina. He's got a lot of catching up to just get where they are.
Let's pump the brakes here just a minute about Kirby Smart. Okay? Now, you've heard a lot of really good things about Kirby Smart. But he didn't go to a program that the cupboard was bare. Mark Richt left him
pretty good.
Pretty
good.
Won't start coughing.
But and it's no wonder there. You're starting to tell a fib or something. No. But the other thing with Kirby Smart is Kirby Smart's got back-to-back recruiting classes that's going to put Georgia in that same category with Alabama. I mean, he's got the number 1 and 2 quarterbacks. He's got number 1 and 2 running backs. He's got the number 1 offensive lineman in the country. He's also got a 5-star in Cade Mays. He's got. I mean, it's unbelievable how hot Kirby Smart is right now.
Well, we'll see.
Now he's got to put that to wins.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he wasn't left.
But you got to like his chances.
He wasn't left with a cupboard bare. When Butch Jones came to Tennessee, I mean, I didn't realize this. I didn't know Derek Dooley didn't even recruit an offensive lineman.
Yep.
And then somebody just decided Dooley would make a good offensive coordinator at Missouri.
I'm glad they hired him. That's great. That's the best thing that could happen to us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's great. And see, I just wonder if Muschamp will be able to go to Florida and.
You mean Mullen?
I mean Mullen. Excuse me. Muschamp done been there and it didn't work. I just wonder if Mullen can go to Florida and put Florida back like they used to be.
I think he can. He did it once.
Well, we'll see.
I mean, he did it offensively once.
We'll see. I think the East is fixing to get I really do. Seriously, I think the East is fixing to get tough.
Oh, I don't think there's any question about it.
It's going to get tough.
I don't think there's any question about it.
It's going to get tough. It's going to come down with Tennessee,
why,
Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina.
That's why I'm saying the Alabama game is huge. It's a huge game for Tennessee.
Let's just go ahead and say, for talking purposes, let's just throw Missouri in there too.
Yeah, Missouri's not in the same league as.
Well, Tennessee's really had trouble beating them.
But I'm saying in the same.
I'm gonna tell you something. I honestly believe this. I could be wrong. You'd say take a pill, and I could use a pill right now. If I had one, I would. I think in 4 years, Tennessee's knocking the door down. If.
What door?
Well, I think we'll be playing for the SEC championship. I don't know that we'll be playing for a national championship because that don't happen overnight. But I think we'll play for the East, or we'll be in contention big time. Okay? But the big if is those people put their fannies in those seats over there if they'll be patient.
Oh, that's what I said, the fans. But
so I think I think out of all the coaches we went through since forming, okay? All the coaches.
Okay.
All right. If you look at all the coaches, and I really liked Lane Kiffin. I thought, man, if he could have stayed there with that staff, he might have done all right. Yeah. This might be the best coach we've had.
So why did it take them so long to search this out?
Well, I don't think, well, you know why it took so long to search this out.
Why?
Because I think John Curry was told where to go. They can say what they want, okay?
So you think he was?
So, I mean, once again, this is my opinion, okay? And if somebody don't like it, I really don't care. I think he was told what to do. He got the job. They got him the job.
Okay.
He had to pay back his payback, and that's what they done.
But again, I concur with you that the East is going to become very, very difficult, and that's why I'm saying to you, the Alabama game every year could be the difference in Tennessee winning the East or not.
Well, you got to look
because those other teams, the years that those other teams don't have to play Alabama, advantage other teams.
I'm thinking that I'm also going to say this. Once again, my opinion. I think Nick Saban's probably got a couple more years, and that's it.
He's gonna try to get more than the Bears got. He needs one more to get, and if that's 2 years or 3 years. But again, it doesn't matter.
1 or 2.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's because somebody's coming back that's going to be able to take it. My point to you is.
No, I don't think.
My point to you is that every year Tennessee has to play Alabama, and just like this year you played Alabama and LSU, when Georgia may have been playing Mississippi and Arkansas.
Yeah, but that's a big
advantage.
But you got to think about something here too. We're getting what we wanted. We want Alabama on that schedule.
Why?
It's just a big game, Ron.
I'm saying,
it's like the Clinton Oak Ridge game.
But we're beyond big games. We don't need a big game to fill the stadium.
Yeah, it's good.
No, you don't need a big game to fill the stadium.
Would you rather play Alabama or Missouri? Come on.
Well, we're going to play Missouri every year.
I understand that, but you'd rather play Alabama or Missouri. Let's just talk about it. Or would you rather play Alabama or Mississippi State?
I'd rather play Mississippi State.
Well, yeah, if you want to win, but if you want to beat
we're talking about winning the East, is what we're talking about.
We win the East, we just got.
You make it much more difficult.
Watch it
by having Alabama on your schedule every year, and the other teams don't. Well, sure you do.
You got to play. You got to be the best. You got to play the best.
But you don't have to put yourself at a disadvantage.
And
they put themselves at a disadvantage.
I would rather go ahead and play them in the regular season. Maybe it does give me a leg up.
Oh, then play them twice. Play them again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's really good.
Well, maybe
really good.
Maybe you coach up.
Yeah, that's really good.
You're being all Mr. Negative here.
No, I'm
not.
I know
why.
I'm telling you that for winning the East, we put ourselves at a big disadvantage by having Alabama on our schedule every year, and the other teams, Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina, don't have to do that. Big disadvantage.
I'm a Tennessee fan.
It's just like Georgia playing Auburn every year. That's a disadvantage.
Well, that's
for them.
Yeah, but it's such a huge game.
Well, it is. But my point is, if you want to win the East, you can win the East a whole lot easier without Alabama on your schedule every year. Butch Jones could have won it one year had it not been for Alabama on his
We're
schedule.
playing Alabama. You just
We
go
are.
on.
We are.
One of your real good
and I'll
friends.
be there. You won't be at the ball game. I'll be at the ball game.
One of your real good friends called me this week and said, your office is so red right now, that's not even funny with Georgia stuff.
Well, it's as orange as it can be, and I'll be at the ball game.
Well, why would one of your friends call and tell me that?
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to have you get that friend on the phone and verify what you just said. I don't believe
he calls all the time.
I don't believe it.
You don't think Peabody would have called?
No,
Okay.
and tell you that he wouldn't.
Yeah, he would have said that.
No, Peabody wouldn't.
Yeah, he would have said that.
But Tennessee's at a disadvantage because of that.
Get off
decision
that.
to play
We're playing
Alabama.
and
they
it's,
are.
it's
We'll be right back. We'll take a break.
We'll talk a little basketball when we come back.
Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood is your gift destination. Shop the new plush selection for that special someone. We have Bath & Body Works popular fragrances and custom gift baskets too. Live and Let Live has a wide selection of gift and home decor for any occasion, from yard flags to selected jewelry plus much more. We have Big Orange giftware always available year-round. And don't forget to enjoy a soda fountain treat while you shop. Live and Let Live Drugstore, Gift Shop, and Soda Fountain in downtown Rockwood.
In today's world, you don't stay in business long without providing exceptional customer service. The Duff family has been providing exceptional customer service for over 44 years. Our customers rate us highly, as shown by the fact we're the only dealer in Tennessee to have earned the Subaru Stellar Care Award for customer satisfaction 6 years in a row. Check our online reviews or ask your friends. They'll tell you to come to Earl Duff Subaru, where buying is a pleasure.
Lease the 2018 Outback for just $239 per month at Earl Duff Subaru in Harriman.
All right, crew, let's get started. All right.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Mulch & More in Midtown is your landscaping headquarters. Mulch & More offers mulch, the best topsoil in the area. All types of gravel, sand, pea gravel, either loose or in bags, creek rock, river rock, field stone, mountain mist stone, railroad cross ties, straw bales, fence posts, farm gates, and much more. Mulch & More offers backhoe and dump truck service. And Mulch & More can also demolish a house or building on your property, and they'll haul it off for you. Give Gary a call today at 865-740-5229 for Mulch & More in Midtown.
Roan Metals Group has been serving East Tennessee for decades. Locally owned and operated with convenient hours of operation. Roan Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing's too big or too small. Still have that clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Roan Metals Group are specialists in industrial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Roan Metals urges you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. A member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Roan Metals Group. Turn that scrap into cash.
Reno Sporting Goods, your first choice for sports equipment. On the court, on the field, or in the stands, Reno's has the brand names you want. All the latest from Adidas, Under Armour, and more. From custom embroidery to screen printing, it's all about the game. For over 30 years, Reno Sporting Goods.
And welcome back to the locker room. And we'll talk hoops. Let's talk hoops.
Hey, Tennessee men, they're playing pretty good right now.
Pretty good.
I'm pleased with Rick Barnes. I think he's got
big-time coach.
I think he's got it turned around. I'm not saying we're going to go to the Final Four or anything, but
maybe a 5 seed.
Right now they're projected as a 5 seed. Right now it's respectable. At least
he got through that little funky period there with them on those back-to-back losses where they didn't look very good. Now, a big key to me will be when Texas A&M comes in. Texas A&M looked really good last night against Kentucky.
Well, they did, but they're short-handed right now, so it might not be a bad time to be playing them. So, but still, Tennessee's still a fairly young basketball
How about
team.
the last call there, or no call last night?
Yeah, no call.
That was terrible, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then some of the calls that's been made period basketball this year are horrible.
But I think Rick Barnes is probably the best hire they've made over there.
I agree with you. I think the basketball program's headed in the right direction. As bad as I'm going to have to eat these words I'm fixing to say, unfortunately, Holly might have even got it turned around. I hate to say it because I was wanting her to go on back. I was hoping they'd be 0-15 right now instead of 15-0.
She got rid of the poison on that team.
Well, you kept saying that, but you're not a Lady Vol fan neither, so. But you kept saying
I knew
that,
enough to know, though, that the poison, where the poison was.
I understand
Poison
that.
ivy.
I know, Marty. But anyway, you got the shows mixed up. Saturday night at 8 o'clock or 7:30, you come on down to the cider
I
mill
thought
show.
that halftime
you and Billy,
show,
and Billy can sing.
That halftime
you know Billy,
show,
don't you? Know Billy, right? Don't
That
you?
halftime show got me the other night. That's why
You know Billy, don't
Yeah.
you? Well, you and Billy can pick a tune together, and Don Bell be here.
But let's get back. Let's get back to
you gonna
Lady
sing?
Vols.
Come
Lady Vols. I think this freshman class coming in.
They got a little 3-game stretch coming
is gonna
here.
turn it around.
They got a 3-game stretch. We'll find out a whole lot more about them.
Get through this year, and we'll bring Connecticut back on the schedule.
Ain't happening.
Oh yeah, it'll be back on the schedule.
Ain't happening.
Too much money involved for them not to do that. But Gino's going to break the record. Here. He's going to break the record this year and next year. He'll come really close next year.
If I'm Tennessee's athletic director, which I'm not, but if I was, I wouldn't give the basketball coach no choice but to play Connecticut.
That's what I'm saying. Too much money.
I would call and schedule it.
Too much
and
money.
I would even go as far as this. We'll come there first.
Well, but
We'll
you
come
probably
there.
want to come
Play
here
at home and home.
because of the money, just because
Home
of
and home.
because of the
We'll
difference.
come there.
But yeah, it's too much money and TV money involved in that. That's a Sunday afternoon. If you'll remember, back when ladies basketball was just starting to blossom, that was the Sunday afternoon game, or Tennessee and Texas, or
Back in the day.
Back in the day, or Tennessee and Stanford.
Stanford game's lost a little bit of the juice.
But that's
'Cause Stanford's not been
that's
at the
that's another
top of the
Sunday
echelon.
afternoon. You know, Kentucky and Connecticut and Tennessee.
But you know, me and my buddies was talking to them when we was talking about college basketball, and we was talking about women's basketball. And you say this all the time. And I had, I think one of them reminded me of that, maybe even that you'd say. So you know, after we thought about it, there's probably not, but about 10 to 15 really, really, really good basketball teams.
Not 15.
And the rest of them are just
they're not 15.
So-so.
And you wanted to, you know, because you weren't a Holly fan, you wanted to make it sound like there were hundreds of programs.
Well,
out
there is hundreds of programs out there.
but not worthy. There are probably 10 good, solid basketball programs in the country.
I done told you, and I know we're getting close to time here, but I done told you when we open it up, I'm gonna have to eat my words. I was hoping she'd be 0-15 right now. Yeah. I was hoping she'd take it on the chin.
You got to give her credit. As much as she was losing it earlier, she's taken these freshmen and she's brought them along really, really well. She had a really good pre-SEC schedule. She had some good cupcakes. She had a couple of big games in there. I thought she's done a good job.
I think she had to change her coaching style just a little bit with these girls. I think she had to make some adjustments, buddy.
And I don't know about that, but I think she got rid of the poison ivy.
Well, she did get rid of the poison, but you know, we're about done here, and I'm disappointed. I'm really disappointed tonight. One guy didn't call in. He just couldn't take the heat. That's Triple D. Desire, dedication, determination.
Which one of those?
He didn't have the
Georgia have?
He didn't have the desire or the determination to call tonight, or the dedication to live up to it. He knew. He decided to side with you. That's the first mistake, and I knew who to side with. See, I made a call before I came, and I talked to Coach Gaddis. Coach Gaddis said Alabama.
But I called your wife at halftime, and she said, "I said, is David there?" And she said, "No, he's outside." I said, He can't handle the pressure right now. He's about to go crazy.
I wasn't in that. I was right there.
Have him call me.
I didn't go to bed after 1 o'clock at night.
You
didn't tell me to call you, or I'd have called you.
I asked Sweet Pea said you were outside.
Okay.
Said he's
well, I'll
wet.
get some answers to that, like I'm gonna get some answers about the Catholic stuff.
Okay.
Maybe we'll get to feeling better next week. Well, it's too late now because we're off the air. Let's go. We gotta go.
Well, get out and support your high school basketball teams. Tonight was the meeting for softball and baseball umpires. Need some. If you wanna umpire, give us a call. We need them bad, and it's even to the point, David, where they're leaving it up to associations now to do the training. Don't even have to take a test.
Don't even have to take a test.
It's up to the associations to get you.
What's that pay?
To get you? It was $60 $60 for a baseball game. I think $50 for softball. Softball, you can do it in about an hour.
Wow, I need to do that.
I mean, if you do it for the money, I don't really do it for the money, but
folks, I gotta go.
We'll see.
I gotta
we'll see you right here next week.
I'm out.
Reno Sporting Goods, your first choice for sports equipment. On the court, on the field, or in the stands, Reno's has the brand names you want. All the latest from Adidas, Under Armour, and more. From custom embroidery to screen printing, it's all about the game. For over 30 years, Reno Sporting Goods.